Hello, this is Mark Hagan, and today I'm going to show you how to post a message to Twitter on behalf of your user. First thing you need to do is create a Twitter application. So let me bring up that. So let's create a new application. We're going to call ours postfans.com. We're going to give it a description. Give it a website. Now this website doesn't matter, of course. I'm just going to do 127.0.0.1. Now this is key because there's nowhere in here where it tells you that you need to do this, but you absolutely have got to put a value in this. Doesn't matter what it is, you just need a value in here, and you're going to override it later. But if you don't do this, then it doesn't know that your app is a web application, and it just doesn't work. It gives you a 401 error. So let's see, type in this jazz. Create. Next thing you need to do is go to the Settings tab. Scroll down, click Read and Write, because you're going to be posting a tweet. Update. And back to your details page. So it spits out a consumer key and a consumer secret. You'll need these two variables, so just leave this window open. Next thing you need to do is make a new project. And we're just going to do an empty web application. We'll call this Post Fans Twitter. This is just I've already done the Facebook example, which you guys can find on the site, and these are both incredibly similar, so this won't take long. So you're going to right-click, go to Manage Packages, Manage NuGet Packages, and type in Twitterizer. Twitterizer is just a library that makes it easy to do exactly what we're doing. Install. Close. And we're going to add a new web form. Let's call it default for now. Actually, let's call it a TW Connect for Twitter Connect, because I'm probably going to rename my other one to Facebook Connect. We don't need to put anything on it. So the purpose of this form, just like in the Facebook case, is to send you over to Twitter to authorize. And once you're authorized, they'll send back a token that we'll then use to do our post. Let me increase the size here. Alright. So there's a couple of variables that we're going to need through this whole thing. So let's go ahead and do those up. OAuth consumer key, which is we'll pull here in a sec. And you're going to use both of these pretty much constantly. So steal your consumer key from the Twitter window, from the app we just made. Now steal the consumer secret. Alright. Pretty straightforward stuff so far. Next thing we need to do is check and see if that authToken query string variable has been sent back to us. And this is handed to us by Twitter that says, hey, this guy is now authenticated and here's the token to use. So it is if request, and this is the same as Facebook. authToken equals null. If it's null, means that we're not yet authenticated. Else, we are authenticated. Straightforward stuff. So if we're not authenticated, then we need to get authenticated. So the first thing we do is auth token response, I believe. Control period. Haha. Use Twitterizer. Again, control period will auto add your reference for you if it can find it. Alright. We'll call this rec token. Just for the hell of it, because I'm clever. Utility dot get request token, and to this we're going to pass in our OAuth consumer key, OAuth consumer secret, and the callback address is going to be request.url.absolute_URI. That way, this just tells Twitter, hey, when you're done, send them back here, and I'll handle the rest. Then you're going to do response.redirect string.format. What am I missing here? string.format, HTTPS twitter.com/auth/authorize. Into this, we're going to pass in the rec token.token. So this variable gets assigned a token from Twitter whenever all this jazz goes down, and we're going to put it right there. Cool. So that will take the user. It'll say, I don't have a token, therefore send them to Twitter. But to do that first, I need to make a request token from Twitter. And then we're going to send them to this URL with that token that they handed us, and then they will send back a reply, and that reply will have a few pieces of information, right? So let's go ahead and get some strings set up for that reply. String request token is equal to request OAuth token to string. String pin is equal to request OAuth there. I can't spell, and I've even got the Twitter documentation pulled up on another window. Verifier.toString. Alright. That's pretty much it. So now we need to get the tokens out of Twitter, and these are the tokens that we'll use to post on behalf of our users. So we're going to do var tokens is equal to OAuth utility again .get access tokens. So we've already done our request token up here. Now we need to do our access token, and you're going to see that it's pretty much the same crap. OAuth consumer key, OAuth consumer secret, do request token. And for our verifier, we're going to pass in our PIN. And that will spit out the token information that we need. Actually, that'll request the token information that we need. So now we can do our OAuth token object. So you're creating an OAuth token object that you'll pass into the Twitter response or Twitter status method that does the update. And you'll see here in a sec. Basically, you need to bundle up those tokens that says, hey, here are my tokens as the application, and here's my authorized users tokens that I want to post under. So now you can do OAuth tokens. And we'll call this access token. It's equal to new auth token. Let's see what it takes here. Alright, so we're going to do access token is equal to tokens.token. And this is the customer token, right? This is our token that we just pulled here on behalf of our client. And then we're going to do access token secret is equal to tokens.token secret. Then we're going to do, what else we got? Consumer key is equal to OAuth consumer key. Consumer secret is equal to, you guessed it, same thing that we've used above 27 times now, right? So now we have our token, and it's time to do some work. So now we're going to actually make the post to Twitter to test to make sure it worked. Twitter response. And we're going to pass into this Twitter status type that we're going to get back. And then we're going to type in response. And this will be the response we get back from the servers equal to Twitter status.update. And here we go. So we're going to pass in our tokens, our access token. And then we're going to pass in a message. And we'll do something like testing. It worked. Works. Hopefully. Alright. And then we'll need to know on the code side whether or not everything is going in our favor. Oh, also, it's a good time to point out. It's actually a terrible time to point out. It's too late. But whenever you get this token object back, this is what you'll end up databasing, right? So you're going to take these two pieces of information, and you're going to store this in your customer record and say, for customer whoever, this is their access token, and this is their access token secret. And you'll store that for every single customer so that you don't have to request it every single time. That way you can call it anytime you want. We've done our post. Now we need to check and see if it was valid. If response.result is equal to result.success. Then we're going to do a else. Then here we'll response write did it. There we go. Otherwise, response right, it's all bad. Basically, it either worked or it didn't work, right? Pretty straightforward. That's it. Just a little disclaimer before I hit F5. You guys know how my code works. It most of the time just doesn't. I am basing this example off of the Twitter API, which I usually don't even have the API pulled up. Usually just kind of wing it, but figure make this video go quicker. Anyway, let's run this thing. Calls our TW connect, which should response redirect us to the which it did. Took us over to Twitter, and let's authorize that app to post on our behalf. Drops us back, says we did it. Let's see if it actually did it. Whoops. And there we go. It posted underneath my coffee business account, but posted nonetheless. That is the account that I was logged in with whenever I granted that access. So everything is good. So combine that with what you learned in my Facebook video, and you'll be ready for my next video, which is how to build a social scheduler. So that's it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, found it to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. And that way you can be up to date with all the latest, greatest stuff that I'm going to be posting.